Hello guys, welcome back in this tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about another interview question. This question is related to collections. So what is the interview question? The question says, what are the different types of collections in Apex and what are maps in Apex? Now, what is a collection? So a collection represents a group of objects. That is what the collection is. So if you have a collection of different or a group of different items, that is what a collection is. So you can store a group of account objects. You can store employee information or different employee information. You can store student name in that collection. So a collection is nothing but it's a group of objects. An object can be anything. It can be a count object, it can be a storing information related to cars, etc. So the collection of the items. There are three different types of collections that is available. So the first type of collection is a list collection. The second one we have is a set, and the third one we have is a map. So these are the three different types of collections. In each of the collection, they have a different property. What is a list? So let's take a mark. So list is an ordered collection of the items, and each of the item in that list will have an index number. So list is going to be what it is an ordered collection, means the way you add the elements to the list, that is important, and that's the way the elements will be added. So if you have added, let's say you have creating a list of employee names. Now you have added John as the first employee. Then second time you have added Adam. The third, you have added Sam to the list. Fourth, you have added Ram to the list. So this is a list which you have created and you have added these elements one by one. So when you add the elements to the list, the elements will be added in the ordered fashion. It will be not be in the random fashion. So the order in which the elements will be added in the list is important. So if the John is added first, so the John will go at the index of 0. Then Adam is added next. So Adam will go at the index of 1. Then Sam got added next. So Sam will go at index of 2. And Ram got added next will be, so it will be go at index of 3. Now, if you have a duplicate element in the list, it is fine. You can have duplicate values in the list. So you can have another employee with the name of Adam. That is fine. So in that case, Adam will go at the index of 4. So that is what the list is. So a list is a collection of items dignified by the index. Each of the item in the list will have the index number. It is a ordered collection. It is an important. It is not a random collection where the elements will be added in a random fashion. Now, how do you define a list? Let's change the color. Now, so whenever you are creating a list, you are going to use the keyword called list, and you have to specify what type of items will be added in that list. So is the list going to contain the integer value or the list going to contain string? Is the list going to contain account records or the list going to contain as object, means anything can be there. So you have to specify the keyword list and then the data type, means what kind of elements you are trying to add. You cannot specify an integer type of a list and then try to add a string value or an account object. You cannot do that. If you are specified a list of the type which can hold account values, you can only add account records to that list. You cannot add lead records or cases records. Okay, so you can only add account records to that list. And after you specified the data type, then you have to specify the name for the list, because in a program you might be use multiple lists. One list is for employee name, the other list is for, let's say, their salary information, or another one is for what kind of projects they are working on. So it can be multiple kind of list, and each of these lists can hold different kind of values. So in order to differentiate, we need to provide the name for each of that list. So you have to provide the list name and then equals to, and this new operator, and then the keyword list, and then what type of data or what kind of information you are going to store in the list. And then either you can specify the list itself here, or you can use the add method to add the items in the list later on. So that is how you create a list. So list is an ordered collection of the items. Each of these items in the list will have an index number. An index will always start from the value 0. Then the second type of collection is set. Let's erase this. Yeah, the second type of collection is a set. Now, a set. The difference between the list and a set is, in the case of the list, you can have duplicate values. You can have duplicate values in a list. But in a case of set, it is a unique collection. Means you cannot have duplicate values inside of the set. You cannot have duplicate values. Set is an unordered collection of the data. You can have primitive data type, or you can have S objects. That's fine. Similarly, you can have primitives as well as S object list that must have unique values. But you can only allow unique values in a set. It is not going to give you an error if you are trying to add a duplicate value. It is not. It will not add that duplicate value to the set. So for example, if I have created a set and I am trying to add Adam, let's say, then John, then Steve, then Adam, then Ram, and I have created a set in which I am going to add these items. So what will happen in this set? Adam, and there is another duplicate. So this Adam will not get added. So only 4 items will be added to this set because these are unique. The non-unique one will not get added to the set. So the set can only have the unique elements. How do you define a set? Just like a list, you are going to use the set keyword, and then you are going to specify what type of the elements will be added in the set. It is going to be primitive types, integer, string, or is it going to be an object, account? What type of elements you are going to add in this set? So you have to specify the data type. Then you are going to specify the name for the set, and then equals to, and then you are going to use this new keyword to create the set, and then again you are going to specify your data type. So a set is an unordered collection of data that must have unique values. So you have to provide unique values to the set. Set will not hold any duplicate values. Then the third type of collection that we have is a map. Now a map is a key value pair. So it is a key value pair. So what is the purpose of this? Key value pair. So let's say you want to store employee address with the key. So let's say at key number 1 we have address saying 3725. Then at index of 2 we have another address. Basically it's a key value pair. So there will be a key and the corresponding value. So let's say for the key 2 the value is pizza. Let's say the third one is at the key 3 it is going to be pasta. So all that is all what we have is a key value pair. It is an unordered collection of unique keys. So the keys has to be unique of one primitive data type and their corresponding values. So keys can only be of primitive types. Now how are you going to define a particular map? So let's first erase this. Yeah. So just like a set and a list, you have to specify the keyword map. And then since you are adding two different things here, you are having a key as well as you are having a value. So you have to specify the data type for the key as well as you have to specify the data type for the value. So here I'm going to say the primitive key data type and the data type for the values, and you have to specify the name for the map and then new of the map, and the same thing what is the data type for the key and what is the data type for the value. And then you are going to use this open and close braces, and then you are going to create a map, and then you are going to add the elements to this map. You can even specify the elements right here, but you can use a put method to add the elements to the map. So if the interviewer asks, hey, what is the collection? So you have to say collection is nothing but it's a group of objects. It's a collection of items. What are the different types of items? So what are the different type of collection? So there are three different type of collection: list collection, map collection, set collection. What is the list collection and what is a set collection, and what is the difference between them? So the difference between them, a list is the most important difference is you can have duplicate values inside of the list, and it is the ordered list. It is the way the elements are added, the way is maintained in that list. So if you have added the element first, it will go at the index of 0. If you have added the elements later, it will go to the next index. Okay, there will be not be any random adding of the elements. It is an ordered collection of the elements dignified by the index. Whereas in set, you cannot have duplicates, but is an unordered collection. You cannot have duplicate inside of a set. Map is a key value pair. You're going to have a key and you are going to have a corresponding value for that particular key. And key can be of primitive data type. So these are the three different types of collections. Now in the next tutorial, what we are going to do is we are going to do the simple example to illustrate the difference between each of these three collections. So that things become little bit more clear and you will be able to understand what is the difference between each of these collections. So let's meet in the next tutorial. Till then, have a good day. Bye.